Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and I'm here with a completely different style video. I'm even back on camera. Just wanted to do it for this video. We'll see how it goes, especially considering this is really the first time I've done one of these videos, at least in quite a while, and that of course is a music update. So essentially this is going to be like my movie updates but just with music, obviously, so showing albums I've recently picked up. Had a massive step back from picking albums up. I bought a lot of stuff digitally from iTunes and stuff like that for a while, but definitely wanting to get back into physical music, CDs, vinyl, stuff like that. So I have been picking up a fair bit recently. Been absolutely loving the VC as well recently. I've always sort of been on the sidelines watching a bit of the VC here and there, but I've really gotten pretty into it recently. There's a lot of great channels that I've recently discovered, and I'm wanting to give a few shout outs. Best channel on the VC in my opinion is Brett's Vinyl Victim. His channel is incredible. He's super knowledgeable about music. He has a lot of similar tastes in music to what I'm interested in, and he's helped me out a lot with Bon Jovi. Yep, I cannot believe I've been sleeping on that, but anyway, yeah, his channel is incredible. What Lurks on Channel X, Chris, is also another great guy. I really enjoy his videos. He does a lot of update videos. His videos are informative, they're straight to the point, which I like. He's has a great camera presence as well. And lastly, another guy from the UK, MetalMickey. This guy is funny. His videos are a lot of fun to watch. He films in various rooms of his house, which I think is a pretty neat idea. And he's more into collecting CDs, which is really good for me because that's sort of where I fit into the scheme of things, at least as of right now. So yeah, it's good to see another CD collector on the VC, or the music community as I like to call it. I find vinyl community very exclusive, but we're not going to get into that. So yeah, and another quick thing, so their links will be left in the description box, by the way. So obviously if you're interested in music, more specifically metal and rock, I guess, check them out. But before I get into the update, what's the go with playing music in the background of these videos? I would like to do that. I just think it makes the video a little bit more interesting to have something in the background as well as me yabbering on. But I know there's a big clamp down on YouTube with music being played and copyright and stuff, and I do not want a strike. So if anyone knows what the go is with that, please let me know. Anyway, let's finally get on to this update. So please keep in mind, I'm not as knowledgeable on music and bands as a lot of people, so a lot of the albums I'm about to show you, most of you already know, so you may find this a little bit basic, but for me it's pretty exciting discovering new music and bands. But with that being said, first up, the one and only vinyl is Starship and their album Knee Deep in the Hoopla. Great album. I'm a massive fan of 80s pop, and this pretty much fits into that nicely. Great artwork on this album too. So we have the members of the band, I guess, in cartoon form there, and pictures of them on the back. Really like the album artwork, it's a lot of fun. This is a really good album. I'm not overly familiar with Starship as a band, apart from a few of their hit songs like We Built This City, which is pretty much one of my favourite 80s songs, period. And Sarah is also another pretty popular one from them, and that's also on this album. This is a great album. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. And the vinyl sounded great. I'm not super knowledgeable on pressings and reissues and releases when it comes to vinyl, but I'm pretty certain this is probably an original pressing, or at least a very early one. So that's that. Moving on to some CDs now. So I picked up most of these from a local independent music store. I'm massively into my greatest hit albums because I'm very picky when it comes to music, and a lot of the times I don't really like a lot of the albums bands put out, so greatest hits are a great alternative for that. So album number 1 is Toto. I'm not really overly familiar with this band apart from Hold the Line, which is amazing, and Rosanna, which is also amazing, and it was the main reason that I wanted this CD. And this is a great greatest hit, so I was really impressed with all the other songs. So it's definitely got me intrigued to check out more Toto, so that's that. This one is one that everyone's familiar with, Creedence Clearwater Revival. I wouldn't say I'm a massive Creedence fan. The Greatest Hits album is certainly sufficient for me. I don't really think I will be picking up any of their standalone studio albums. Pretty much all the songs I'm interested in listening to from them are on this album, so great stuff there. The last Greatest Hits album, my apologies, Bon Jovi. How the hell have I been sleeping on this band? Pure amazing. One of my favourite bands ever now. I've always been a fan of Bon Jovi. I've just never really owned any of his albums, probably because I'm so familiar with the music. It's constantly played on the radio, and everyone knows about Bon Jovi, so I haven't really bothered picking anything up until now. Every song on this is incredible. This is one of my favourite Greatest Hits albums that I own. I've been playing it at home, I've been playing it in the car. This CD has definitely been getting a good workout. Now when it comes to the rest of his discography, because I have been checking out quite a bit on YouTube and the samplers on Amazon, which are a great way to get a taste of albums and stuff like that. Apologies, I do have a budgie, so if you can hear him in the background, that's all the chirping and stuff with that. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, amazing stuff. Now when it comes to Bon Jovi, I'm only really interested in a handful of albums, like most bands. His 2 first albums I think are really good. They're very raw and heavy, so I want to pick those up. The self-titled album and Fahrenheit. Slippery When Wet is a classic album that I definitely want to get, and I also like New Jersey. Pretty much where it stops for me. I do like Have a Nice Day. I think that's a pretty solid album, and the new one, which I forget the title, apologies on that, that was pretty decent too from what I've heard. But he went a little bit too country rock for my liking. I hate country and western. I don't know why he changed his style so drastically to that. Not a fan of it, but yeah, I'd like to pick up a few of his studio albums, so amazing stuff right there. Now the next lot of CDs are just studio albums. So first up we have one that everyone is probably familiar with, Nirvana, Nevermind. As everyone knows, this band had a pretty short life. It only released 3 albums, and this is definitely the standout of the 3, the only one that I'm really interested in owning. Yeah, this is basically the best of Nirvana in my opinion, so that's Nevermind, great stuff. Next up we have Fleetwood Mac Rumours, classic band. Sure everyone is well familiar with them, and especially this album. This is one of their more popular albums, and for good reason. Best album in my opinion. I'm not massively into their earlier stuff. I think their best stuff is around Rumours, Tusk and Mirage. And I own a bunch of greatest hits albums from Fleetwood Mac anyway, but I wanted to pick up Rumours. The next 3 albums, I'm pretty new to this band, but they're turning into one of my favourite metal bands, or more specifically glam metal I guess, and that's Motley Crue, the original album, which is fantastic. Flushed Out the Devil, which is even better, and Theatre of Pain, which I'm only about halfway through, but so far I really like this album a lot. I've listened to Girls, Girls, Girls and Dr. Feelgood, and they're the only other two albums from Motley that I'm interested in picking up, so I will be picking those up in the future at some point. But yeah, Motley, great band. And last but certainly not least, I've saved my favourite album of the pickup to last, and that is this amazing metal album right here, Megadeth Peace Sells. In my opinion, this is a perfect album, and I don't say that lightly because I am extremely picky when it comes to albums. But yeah, amazing from start to finish, love all the songs. I've listened to this album twice already and I only picked it up yesterday. Absolutely love it. I think I am going to pick up the vinyl of this album at some point because I love it so much. And again, apologies for the budgie in the background. But yeah, everyone is familiar with Megadeth, great thrash band, and Peace Sells is hands down their best album. I don't have a lot of Megadeth. I own Countdown to Extinction, which I'm not a massive fan of. And I also own Rust in Peace, which is good, but nothing compares to this album so far that I've heard from them. So yeah, amazing stuff right there. Okay, so that does it. That was a quick update, or probably not so quick update, of the music that I've picked up recently. As I said at the beginning, probably most of these albums and bands everyone is well familiar with. But I've enjoyed picking these albums up and listening to them, obviously, and yeah, definitely keen to pick up more albums in the future, especially a few more Megadeth albums, and of course Girls, Girls, Girls and Dr. Feelgood from Motley Crue. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and once again make sure if you're interested in music and heavy metal and rock to check out the 3 channels that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and let me know what some of your favourite albums are that I've shown in this update, and thank you for watching.